I am absolutely brilliant.
Awesome,
It's
awesome.
Motivational Monday, so I'm feeling pumped up today.
Yeah, I heard that. That clip. I'm also pumped up. I'm energized. I'm ready.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Ricky, okay, before we do go
Awesome.
into the conversation, okay, do tell the
Yeah.
listeners a little bit about yourself.
Okay, cool. So my name is Ricky Johnson. I'm from a local community called Bridgetown here in
Yep.
Athlone. Okay, 16. Logan Israel Zachariah. So grade 11, grade 10, and grade 4.
Nice.
So my background is basically I have over 20 years experience in community and youth development, also in
Mhm.
training development. Been working for various organizations, represent South African in various countries,
Yep.
of course, and having a passion for community outreach and for building sustainable communities. I also teach photography on a professional basis, but I give these classes free
Yep.
because it's just my way of giving back to the community so they
Mm.
can be sustainable, start a little business, and
Yeah.
become entrepreneurs. So it's
Yes, yes.
basically just as you know, building sustainable communities and be self-sustainable.
Wow.
So yeah, so I love life, I love people. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I'm gonna say it's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. But Ricky, before we go a little bit further, I got a few questions for you off the bat, whatever comes to
Cool.
mind. Okay. So
All right.
Nike or Adidas?
um uh, None of the above, but let's go with Adidas.
Okay, cool. Pizza or burgers?
Pizza.
Strawberries or watermelon?
Watermelon.
Watermelon. Okay, awesome. Okay, for the last one. Sneakers or formal shoes?
Um, Quite tricky because I love both. For comfortability, of course, sneakers
Yeah.
and formal shoes, of course, the way with the skinny jeans and the tuck-in
Mm.
shirt and things. Yeah. So yeah.
Look at joy. I love that. I love that. But
Cool.
look, Ricky, you spoke about obviously you love being in community. Getting people to sustain themselves as well. And I love the fact that you touch on entrepreneurship because I was speaking on the show
Yeah.
as well about people with the success and everything and what your success actually means to you. We had a few people obviously WhatsApp
Mm,
in and said what their success is also linked with. Okay. But I love the fact that you actually
yeah.
want to give back, right? Because if you can help
Yeah.
people, like I say, if you can, you teach them, you give a man a fish you can eat for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a
100%.
lifetime.
Eat for the rest of his life. Yeah.
And I love that. I love that. But we're here to speak about none other than the Skills for Life projects. Okay. So tell us a little bit more about this. Tell us.
Mm. Okay, so skills for life, yeah. So skills for life birth from the fact that the experiences I had and
Mhm.
build up over the years.
Yep.
And one thing I've realized that throughout the years and current people lack skills.
Yep.
So skills for life project is basically about we teaching you and giving you skills that you can use for the rest of your life. Okay.
Wow.
Um, I always say that if you don't have life skills, then life kills. And
Ah.
because you need to have a certain skill, or you need to have skills to develop something, to
Mm.
do something. So Skills for Life has decided to start an NPO, a non-profit organization, in
Mm.
2019, and then COVID hit in 2020.
Yep.
And then, the end of 2020 last year, I just decided, what, let's do this, irrespective of the pandemic, irrespective
Mm.
of what's happening currently in the country. There's people out there that needs to hear. There's people out there that needs to learn various skills. People have lost their jobs. I've lost contracts, and I can speak
Yep.
more about it, but later on.
Yep.
So what do we do now? And so.
Mm.
So Skills for Life is there to build a sustainable community, to
Yep.
empower, to edify, and to educate people, so they can take that and pass it on and leave a legacy for the communities, for the families,
Yes.
because something something that you can learn, but something you
Mm.
can also unlearn. It is something that
Mm.
you can
Mm.
take hold of, and
Yep.
I always ask, what do you have in your hands?
Mm.
If whatever you have in your hand, you turn it around and, you know, make something about it, make a living, make
Yes.
be self-sustainable.
Yes.
I picked up a passion for photography many years ago, and I still have the passion for photography. So for me, it's not only about taking photos, but it's about capturing those moments. So Skills for Life has a vast component in terms of, we have an agricultural program, we have a training development aspect, we have women empowerment, and of course we have youth and community development. And then we, of course, because we take this out, the Skills for Life project, you know, holistic approach. We also have a health and fitness program that we do.
Okay.
So we have like over 50 people come every month in Wednesday to our fit club, a free fit club.
Wow.
And then, you know, we educate them about wellness, nutrition. We teach them about your body, you know, the different type of exercises. So for us, it's all about the holistic approach, you know, the aspects of your life, financially, spiritually, you name it. Skills for Life is there. And Skills for Life is just merely want to invest in people so they can have that return of investment to other people, you know, paying it forward type of thing.
Yes, exactly.
And, you know, these things we are doing for free. And because I believe, yes, everything in life is not free, but I believe, you know, passing information, transfer information, is free.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna say it off the bat for our listeners out there as well. And I'm sure they think the exact same right now. Wow. The fact that you're doing all of these things as well. I got a question for you. Besides obviously all the brilliance and the things that I've heard. Okay, we're gonna go a bit into that. But my question to you is this: how do you manage juggling all of those things? How do you manage that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, in the past, I was all over the show. And because I have a brilliant team that's currently with me, it's my wife Melissa and my partner Ricky, they always keep me on the toes because, you know, at the beginning I wanted to be everywhere. I want to educate everyone. I'm to help people all over, but unfortunately I cannot do that. And hence my team that I have currently, they always tell me, they always keep me on my toes, you know, take it into your stride, filter it out, prioritize certain things, what you must do. So yeah, and like I said, I thank my wife, you know, we've been married for 16 years, been friends for 20 years, so she knows exactly what's happening. So so they keep me on my toes, yeah.
I like that. They're in that sense, they're your accountability partners. And
100%.
That is super awesome. And I love that, the fact that you have that as well, because that support structure as well. But Ricky, look, I've seen all the images as well. I've seen all the images with the look. I know my mom loves plants. She loves her plants and all these planting all of these vegetables and things. But the things that I saw on those images, I was like, yo, I was literally just like, yo. So
good.
If I can say, how do they call it? Groenvingers, if I'm correct.
Groenvingers, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you do have that.
Yeah. Look, I only discovered it via through the lockdown.
Okay.
I didn't know I had green fingers. Yeah. So I didn't know I had green fingers. I didn't know that I'm a person that, you know, working with plants and things like that and veggies. And but one thing I'm very grateful is that the little the garden I have, it's more, from me personally, it's very therapeutic.
Okay.
For me, you know, if you want to have a stress reliever, I go into the yard. Then when I go into the yard, I just want to spend 10 minutes, and then I'll end up spending almost 8 hours.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like I said, I discovered I had green fingers, and now I'm loving it. I'm really loving it.
I love that. I love the fact that you actually said this, therapeutical, because people don't realize that's, at the end of the day, is nature, and being in nature is extremely therapeutical for your body, your healing, your mindset, all of the above, all of the above. But okay, coming back to Skills for Life. Okay, when did you start these projects?
These projects, like I said, okay, so it came into being, again, it's all about what I've learned and what I've experienced in the past. You know, I've been exposed to various things. I've been around the world because of people that has pushed me, people that motivated me to do it, people that saw the talent and the gift in me, which I didn't see it, you know, at first, until one of my uncles that I used to work with of the different organization, YMCA, he told me, he really pushed me to do these things. And, you know, in 2012, I started doing school camps because I love working with young people. And I've been working and I've been doing school camps ever since 2012 up to current, doing my 3 camps from grade 4 to grade 12, 3 camps. You know, where we motivate them, we take them through a whole journey, a self-discovery journey, where we want to explore themselves, who they are, you know, especially matriculants, where they, you know, they once they're done with school, they're going to enter a new unknown world, where they have to face with various choices, career choices in life. And hence the program that we have, it's a mentorship program, as a learning career pathway program that we're doing for grade 8 to grade 12. So we walk with these students from grade 8 right to grade 12. So by the time they're in grade 11, they know exactly what type of career they're going into. And with all these things, we have people on our side, that we have social workers, we have psychologists, industrial psychologists, that, you know, that is partnering with us, because we understand in today's society, young people, they're going through a lot, right? They go through social illnesses, and hence we have social workers. They're going through peer pressure, hence we have career guidance. So for me, that didn't happen to us. You understand? When we growing up, when we grew up, and when we were at school, so there's no one that guided us, and we saw a gap. And we want to fill this gap. So we have a 5-year program that it's a planning and development. So in the process, but we want to start now the grade 11, grade 12. You know, so we can have this thing go with the grade 12 is now a couple of months and they're done with school. The question is, are they going into a career that they want to go to? Are they going to study, or they take a gap year, like people always say? Now, I don't believe in gap years. I believe complete while you're in that mode, complete your career, complete your schooling. When you go to varsity or college, once you're done, and then you can take a gap year or take a break. So all of these things based on life experiences that myself and a team that I'm working with have, and we just put this thing together and let us teach people. Let us educate people, because I believe education is key. I believe that in the E to the power of 3, like I said, education, edify, and empower is very, very important. So a lot of people, the graveyard is the most expensive area, the place in the world, because people die with their talent. People die with their gifts, which has been unused. You understand? So we want to maximize that we have on earth here, and educate right around the world. You know, I always say, think globally, act locally. So so there's people out there that doesn't even know what is happening right around the world, because there's no one there to walk with them. There's no positive role models anymore in our communities. All you hear is drugs, gangsterism, shooting, and you know, our young people is dying, you know. And so there is people out there in the world that can really motivate people, encourage people. So Skills for Life is all about leadership, personal development, motivating.